even if we're just singing a simple hymn like, I need thee, oh, I need thee. You probably wouldn't sing it like that, but you would be able to find, I need thee, oh, I need thee. That would probably be alto, right? So you could easily find from there your soprano part, your tenor part. That's what I'm saying. Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Sierra Danae. Here you're going to find, we talk about Jesus, we talk about life, we talk about fashion, we talk about beauty, all the things, okay? It's gonna be kind of a modge podge. So thank you for watching. I hope you stick around. Today, y'all, I just want to do some makeup and chit chat with y'all. I don't really know what I'm going to talk about. I'll be honest with you, but it's going to be just a hodgepodge, so let's get started. First, I'm going to be looking here and here, so, because I got to be able to see my brows, okay? Brows, y'all, it's the number one thing for me, okay? You're going to learn that it's the number one thing. I don't play about my brows. Brows come first, above all else. I don't know how the other ladies do it. I've seen where they do like foundation first, and then brows. I can't do that. Okay, so let's get started. So what do I want to talk about? What's going on with me? You know? By the way, y'all, this is the L'Oreal, I don't know if y'all can see that. L'Oreal Brow Stylist Shape and Fill. This is really a true old faithful, y'all. I got to lean in, because I got to be able to see. You know what, actually, give me a second. Okay, so I'm back, y'all, with my old faithful. Now, look, she done been through the storm and the rain with me. Been through the storm and the rain. Oh, but I made it. Okay, she done been through the storm and the rain. But you know what? She's my old faithful. Moving on. Okay, so I'm gonna be looking in this mirror while I do my brows, because it's that serious. It's that serious. But first, what do I want to talk about? Oh, I did not prime. Y'all, I didn't prime. So let's prime our face first, because I forgot. I absolutely, these days, as I've aged, not that I'm like super old or nothing like that. I don't think 32 is old, but I can tell, like, at 30, I feel like my skin has changed. Like, I am definitely more prone to acne now, and I never really dealt with acne growing up. I'll be very honest about that. Like, acne was never my problem. So, yeah, I started to have to cleanse twice a day because of that. And now I use like 3 cleansers. Yeah, that's my nighttime routine, y'all. I don't play about it. I want glass skin, and I really meant that. I really want glass skin. Oh, what am I using? I'm using the e.l.f. Power Grip Matte Primer. Baby, she grips. I won't lie about it. She grips, okay? Let her set for a little bit. She grips. That's all I'm gonna say. She starts. Y'all see that? She grips, okay? So, how that pool is, she don't come to play. Okay. Okay. But yeah, I just noticed as I've aged, I really have to prime. And I don't hold back on the primer. I will prime real good, because I have to have that barrier in between my face and the makeup, because I will break out randomly. Like, it takes nothing for my skin to break out now. The days of me, I don't know why I would ever have slept in my makeup. I didn't know no better in my 20s, but baby, it wasn't that severe. I could probably go a whole day without washing my face Why would I ever do that? I don't know. Don't judge me. But I wouldn't end up with 4, 5, 6 pimples on my face. But now, if I was to try that now, no ma'am, I can't do that. So I have to, it's a must. I cleanse morning and night, 3 cleansers. I also dermaplane. So I take me a razor. It looked like I'm shaving my face, but I'm not. I am scraping a layer of skin off my face, okay? Because I want my skin, I want no blemishes. I want nothing, okay? I want it to just be glass. All right, anyways. So what do I want to talk about? What do I want to talk about? I thought about talking about dating, but I don't have a dating life. What is that? What is that? I don't even, that's non-existent for me. Let me come over here. Yeah, that's non-existent for me, guys. I don't date, at least not right now. I don't know. I just don't think that is, y'all, give me a second. I just don't think that's important, or maybe that's just not where God has me right now. So if y'all want to know about my dating life, there you go. That's the update. I ain't got none. Let me see. Am I interested in getting married? Absolutely. I want to one day. But I'll be very honest, like that's just not. Every time I even thought about getting back out there in the dating scene, first of all, I guess we're gonna get into it. First of all, every single time that I've started dating, I would go through the apps and stuff, and y'all, once you've done that a couple times initially, I think for those who probably didn't try it initially in life, they're like, oh, let's go to the apps. Me, I did the apps, the dating apps, and let me tell you, I really would like to meet my husband, the one that God has for me, my ordained. I would like to meet him in person. That way there is no, let's link, see if I like what I see. No, we're in person. You get what you get. You see what you see. You either like the material or you don't. Like I said, I've never been set up for a date. I've never really gotten that, oh, you look different from your photos. But y'all, I'm too old for that. I'm too old. I think I've outgrown the apps, if that makes any sense. I've just outgrown the apps. So, I just never even thought either. I always thought it was weird in my 20s when I would see 30-somethings. I know that's crazy, but I always thought it was weird when I would see 30-somethings on dating apps in my 20s, because it's like, you're not married yet? Why are you 30-something trying to holler at a 22-year-old? Like, that's weird to me. So, yeah, guys. Dating. I want to meet my man in person. But you know what? Here's also the caveat. The caveat is I don't go nowhere. Your girl don't go nowhere. She don't go nowhere. So, it's mainly work. It's mainly work and home, and now gym. Yeah, we got to get it right and get it tight. Yeah, but, well, and that's the thing. I'm not even at the gym. I work out at home. Yeah. So, honestly, I would really just prefer God just go ahead and just express ship him to my door. Let's just do that. Anyways, but yeah, that's dating for me. There's no update there. So, yes, y'all. I put the makeup on my wrist. That's why I need one of them clear. I've seen it advertised before. It's like a clear thing that you put on your wrist. I need to find that. Because I hate sometimes when I forget that I have done this and it'll stain my clothes. Be pissing me off. But, I seen this video last night, as a matter of fact. Like, yeah, can I do it here? No, I can't. Where this guy was like, He was clearly a guy in church, and he was like, worship leaders. I don't know why I want to laugh, but he was like, worship leaders, y'all need to make sure y'all can execute all the parts yourself. And, you know, he was like, you know, they need clear direction. I wish I had the man's handle. I would have tagged him, but I don't quite. Sorry, y'all. It gets real serious. Give me a second. Okay? Because precision matters. But he was, this was just during random scrolling, so I didn't think to, like, you know, save the video or anything like that. But his topic was really interesting to me because he was just like, oh, worship leaders, y'all need to be teaching the parts. Like, you need to know every single part in order to teach it. And I'm sitting here like, it'll never make sense to me how you can be a praise and worship leader and not know how to teach parts. Correct me if I'm wrong. And please tell me how y'all are doing that, because I don't think it's possible. You need to know how every part goes. You need to know the soprano, alto, and tenor part in order to execute songs. Like, because how you gonna get mad at somebody not knowing the soprano part and you don't know how the soprano part go? To me, that's not an effective leader. So that don't make sense to me. But yeah, let's talk about, I don't know, I thought that was really strange. I was like, I don't think it's possible for you to even be a worship leader and properly direct, you know, and you can't give out your part. I do have a question out there though for my worship leaders. If y'all are, how are you working with those that cannot hear their parts? Because currently where I'm at, I can do all three. And that's not a flex. That's not that's not me bragging, but that's thanks to my mentors. I have mentors, right? I would say, and I'll shout them out, Armando, Janelle. Those are the main two that I think were like mentors to me, because at that time frame, when it came down to like training my ear, like I just expressed this with my praise and worship leader yesterday, like, because we were just kind of talking about some things, and he was like, well, he asked me a question. I won't get into that, but but I will say, where was I going with this? Actually, it pertains. I think he asked me, like, because after I did the Gen Seek event or whatever, he had asked me like, what would I have taken from that event and how they executed from that event and take it and apply it where we currently are. So I personally would love, and one of the things, this is just one of the things I said, I was like, I personally would love for everybody to kind of, you know, train their ear. I think that's important. I think in order to have a strong praise and worship team, I think it's important for you, before the leader, because I've been a praise and worship leader. I've been a music department head. So I think just from a leader standpoint, I think it's easier sometimes on the leader for the team to be able to hear their note prior to the leader having to give it to you, right? When you're listening to your music, you should be able to decipher what is the soprano, what is the alto, what is the tenor. If you know you sing soprano, you know you need to be listening to the soprano. And even if we're just singing a simple hymn like, I need thee, oh, I need thee. You probably wouldn't sing it like that, but you would be able to find, I need thee, oh, I need thee. That would probably be alto, right? So you could easily find from there your soprano part, your tenor part. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can decipher what is melody from there and figure out your part. I think that would make it so much easier on a leader. And so back to my question for the strong worship leaders out there, right? Because I don't admit to be a know-it-all, right? And I'm still learning in this field. But how do you train those who don't have necessarily that ear? How do you do that? because I can understand how difficult it can be when you're in rehearsal and I'm like, okay, y'all, you know, there's been times I'll be like, okay, y'all, I'm about to give the tenors their note. I need sopranos and altos to think about what their part is. And, you know, some just can't. Some can and some can't. And so it's just like, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Y'all comment below. Do you think that that would make a stronger team if everyone in the team could decipher what their note is? Let's say if you can't hear, let's say if a voice part is missing, wouldn't it be nice to have those people who could be versatile to shift, you know? Like, okay, I normally sing alto, but I don't hear the soprano part. So let me sing soprano, right? I don't know. That's just my thoughts. All right, y'all. So I'm going in now with the Buttermelt Glaze. And it's from NYX. And this has sunscreen in it, SPF 30. Right, can y'all see that? I don't know. But, yeah, I'm just one of those. Y'all, one thing I can say about myself is that I am, and I think this is a blessing and also a not so blessing. But I care so much about execution. And I know a lot of people are like, well, you know, it's about giving God the glory. And it is. It is. It very much is. But I also just don't believe in giving God anything. And I believe in excellence. 100%. I believe in excellence because we serve an excellent God. How excellent. Okay, like we serve an excellent God. Okay, and so because of that, because we serve an excellent God, I just don't believe that we should be giving God anything. I believe that he deserves a high praise. Okay, a high praise, a high and excellent praise. Because how would you feel if God just gave you, you know, what if God just gave you the bare minimum? I want y'all to really sit and think about that. What if God just gave you the bare minimum? No. So you want to give him the best that you can give. And I love praise and worship. Because, and I think a lot of leaders, a lot of people who are on the praise and worship team, I think a lot of people need to realize that, obviously praise and worship is not just a song, right? But, I also think that we need to understand that execution kind of does matter. I don't care what anybody says. It matters. Sorry, y'all. It does matter. And when parts are off, sound is crazy, and everything is just going awry, y'all done lost my light. I am offended at how much light I done lost. Hold on. You know, we're just gonna keep this real light and fresh. But yeah, I just don't think it's okay. My baby's coming, so we can fix this light. I just feel like it's so important to give God the best praise that we can give. And that doesn't just come from the singers on stage, that's the musicians, that's sound, that's everybody. All of that is incorporated. Yes. Yeah. And so I take that really seriously. Because it's a serious thing. Hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all, we back. Cause what? I lost all my light. Hold on. What is happening? Okay. In the midst of me talking, y'all. So I'm using NYX, the face glue setting spray, if y'all can see that. And my little stippling brush, and I'm just kind of making sure that this don't come off. And this is also, this butter glaze is like a tint. It's a skin tint. So it's not gonna be nothing heavy because we're in summertime. And so, baby, who don't have time, okay, to be wearing no heavy makeup is moi. Okay, so also for the concealer that I use, for my brows, I use Milani. Now, baby, you can tell she's really a staple for me, okay? Love her gown. This is the color Chestnut. But let me tell you something. I feel like these are two different colors. This is Chestnut and Born This Way by Too Faced. And this is Chestnut by Milani. I don't know why, but I feel like this one's a little more red. Maybe, yeah, this one looks a little more red. This one's a little more yellow, which is why I use this one on my brows and these on my cheeks. Well, you know what I mean. But, yeah, I just believe in giving God excellence. I just really do. Like, I just don't play about it. Because I have people, you know, I hope they don't. Maybe Janelle might not watch this. I don't know. Mondo might not watch this either. But I'm going to go ahead and say it. To put it nicely, they didn't play. They're lovable people. Oh, my God. But in the era where I was singing with Armando, one of my mentors, I'm sorry, I have flashbacks. The screaming that would take place and the craziness, and it wasn't like he was abusive or nothing like that, so please don't take it there. It was all out of just, he wanted excellence, you know, and maybe that's where I get it from, you know. I think that is where I get it from. And so they just didn't play. So I just, when it comes down to when I am on the platform, I just would prefer to be surrounded by people that think the same. Biblically, we're Levites, right? Like, biblically, praise and worship leaders are Levites. We invoke the presence of God. And Levites were warriors, you know? I think it was it's in Exodus, when after they got through, I think about this all the time. I think about in Exodus when Moses had came down from the mountain and he saw that everybody was worshiping the golden calf. And, baby, he had the Levites guard the gate. He was like, hey, nah, say nah. And now we got to kill 3,000 of y'all. Okay? So it just was very serious. Levites were warriors, and it's still the same today. When you are on the platform, and I don't know why. I guess I didn't know what to talk to y'all about. But, what can I do in the meantime? Y'all, me and trying to put makeup on and talk at the same time, I'm struggling. But Levites, that's what they were. They were warriors. And yeah, to my point is that warriors, when we go to battle spiritually on the platform, right? I don't call it a stage, I call it a platform. We're battling against demons. People are coming in, and you really never know what people are dealing with. That's why I think it's important for praise and worship leaders to take their position very seriously, because you don't know what people are dealing with when they come through those doors. People are depressed. People are suicidal. People are, going through spiritual warfare. There's a lot going on. People need deliverance. People are coming in sick spiritually. Okay. And I think that it's important for us to always remember that we are the front lines. As praise and worship leaders, we are the front lines. And that also means that you can't get on that platform and be full of sin. You know what I'm saying? You can't get on that platform after you just got through doing some dirt. You can, and understood that the gift and the call is without repentance. But I'm telling you, like I put in my video, do you really want to get to Judgment Day and God replay your life for you? He rolls that film and be like, yeah, remember this day? You had got on the platform and you just got through having sex last night. Yeah, people came to Christ, but that work finna burn up to ashes. All right? I don't know. I'm not trying to get on here and preach, but I'm just saying it doesn't help you, and it doesn't help other people when y'all get on the platform, or when some of y'all, let me just say, when some people decide to get on the platform and be reckless with their platform. That's my problem. You know, it's not anything to play games about when you are on the platform. And trust me, I can talk about it because I've been there. I'm not even trying to air out all my business, but I can talk about it because I've been there, and that's all you need to know. Okay? I'm not trying to judge anybody for what they got going on in their life, but it's not okay. It's just not okay. And you do yourself and other people a disservice, because whatever you got going on the inside of you, that can transfer out. Okay? Just the same way somebody on the organ, you're being lustful on the organ, baby, that can transfer out through what you play. So, you know, that's why I think prayer, and I can say, I think prior to me moving to my other church, I didn't emphasize prayer as much as I should, and I'll be honest about that. And now at my new church, prayer is a must. And I love it because it shifts your mindset before you even hit the platform. And I hate that. Not saying that I never prayed at home or that I didn't pray, you know, at all before I hit the platform, but it's just like that corporate prayer, first of all, it unifies your team, and it, you know, it just shifts your mindset before you even get on the platform. Now it's like, okay, we're united and we're ready to do war. You know, we're ready to combat whatever the enemy is trying, you know, to ensnare people with. So I love that. Moving on. I'll be right back. All right, I'm gonna blend this out, y'all. I kind of had to let it sit for a minute. But I don't do blenders no more. No, the little beauty blenders, I don't do them no more. I feel like a brush really helps to like get it going. I don't know, and I feel like it blends it better. So it's not so harsh and it's not just stuck in one area. And you can really like move this where it needs to go. And it's nice and light. Yeah, it's nice and light. Y'all, I got hot. That air went off. Like, that air went off, girl. I got hot immediately. That's crazy. To the skin. Yes, ma'am. Make sure that gets all in the nooks and crannies. Y'all, this is just gonna be some everyday makeup. I'm not doing too much. Promise I'm not. How did I get started in this makeup thing? I'm a visual learner. I'm a visual learner, y'all. So I can watch something a couple times and be like, oh, okay, I got it. So I would watch, who did I watch? Miss Creative Diva. I watched her. Who else? I watched, now I love to watch Tamara Renee, I think is her name. Who else? I like to watch, girl, and also I think it's important to watch women or, you know, just beauty gurus who have your same type of skin tone and skin type. I think that's important. If you're an oily girl, you need to be watching other girls who have oily skin. And if you're a chocolate girl, you need to be watching girls who have chocolate skin. Because, and they're out there. You gotta search. Because, yeah. They're out there. So y'all, I've seen this at Five Below. And this is all like affordable products. I have some higher end stuff, but it'll do the same thing if you know what you're doing. It's not necessarily like, I seen some girl, she was like, I don't remember her name, but she was basically saying, you know, it don't really matter about the products as long as you know how to use them. You got the right tools, you can make anything, whether it is store brand or high end. As long as you know how to use it, it'll come out the same. So that's my spiel on the platform. I think all praise and worship leaders should take it very seriously. I'm gonna use this triangle, excuse me. And I've learned that once you pat it into the, you know, the thing, you don't want to just take that and put it on your highlight. You don't want to do that. You want to kind of like buff it out a little bit so that it don't come out cakey. So I just kind of buff that out and then I start patting. Yeah. And y'all, I really like this. I really like this. I was like, and it smells like roses. I really do. I like it a lot. And I like how it blurs. Like, do y'all see how it just blurred me out? I like her. I was like, wow. I mean, just straight took that texture right on out of there. So, yep. I'll be back, y'all, because I know I'm talking a lot, and I'm really trying to get this done, because I got things to do today. So I'll be back. All right, I think we got her back. We got the light back. I got the light. Yeah. Truly Molly fans know about that. All right, y'all, we getting ready to wrap this up. I am doing my contour here with Black Radiance contour stick. And you know I had to, you know, get a little jiggy with it. He ain't there no more. He rolled back the stone. Y'all go look up JKL. Listening to music is like a must when I'm doing my makeup. But then, like, when I'm in the car, sometimes I ride in complete silence, y'all. Just a little tidbit fact. I always apply glue first, and then when I put my lashes on, y'all, I literally go under and like smooth it out, smush it down, make sure it's actually on my lash line. Okay, so I'm going in with my Urban Decay Heat Palette. Y'all, I lost this, and a lady at my church, my godmother actually, she gave that to me, and I was so happy. Next, mascara. I do not remember the name of this, but I know it's from L'Oreal, and it's in the pink bottle. I feel like I will provide all my products that I'm using in the description below. By the way, since you're still here, and you're still watching, I really would appreciate if you would go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, share, all the things, guys. I really appreciate you for even coming this far. And voila, finished look. Until next time, guys. Love you.